చైనాలో ప్రధాని నరేంద్ర మోదీ పర్యటనను ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారం ద్వారా చూద్దాం.
Nimanchued, Woshua Chungwan, Kaibukai, Kaima, you are a world-class institution. You are a symbol of success of China's education sector. You are the foundation for China's economic miracle. You have produced great leaders, including President Xi. It is not surprising that China's economic growth in research, science and technology have taken a place together. I particularly like the old Chinese saying, if you think in terms of year, plant a seed. If you think in terms of 10 years, plant a trees. But if you, in terms of 100 years, then teach the people. In India, to the ancient saying is, Vaye krute vardhate eva nityam vidya dhanam sarvadhan pradhanam. The wealth that increases by giving, that wealth is knowledge and is supreme of all possessions. This is one example of how our two nations are united in this wisdom. There is much more, though, that links our two ancient civilizations. I began my journey in China in Xi'an. In doing so, retraced the footsteps of the Chinese monk Hanstang. He traveled to India from Xi'an in the 7th century in search of knowledge and returned to Xi'an as a friend and chronicler of India. President Xi's visit in India last September started from Ahmedabad. It is not far from Vadnagar, my birthplace, but important because it hosted Huansang and many pilgrims from China. The world's first large-scale educational exchange program took place between India and China during the Tang dynasty. Records talk of about 80 Indian monks coming to China and nearly 150 Chinese monks returning after their education in India. And yes, this was in the 10th and 11th century. Mumbai's rise as a port and a shipbuilding center, each because of trade with China. And those who love silk and textile know that India's famous Tanchoi saris owe themselves to three brothers from my state of Gujarat who learned the art of weaving masters in the 19th century. And in an unquestionable evidence of ancient trade, silk in our classical Sanskrit language is called Shinapatta. So, The centuries-old story of our relations has been of spiritualism, learning, art and trade. It is a picture of respect for each other's civilization and of shared prosperity. It is reflected in the human values of Dr. Dwarkanath Kotnis, a doctor from India who treated soldiers in China during the Second World War. Today, after difficult and sometimes dark passages of history, India and China stand at a rare moment of vast multiple transition in the world. Perhaps the most significant change of this era is the re-emergence of China and India. The world's two most populous nations are undergoing economic and social transformation on a scale and at a speed that is unmatched in history. China's success over the past 3 decades has changed the character of the global economy. India is now the next frontier of the economic revolution. We have the demography for it. About 800 million people in India are below the age of 35 years. Their aspirations, energy, enterprise and skills will be the forte for India's economic transformation. We know and we now have it and the will to make it happen. Over the past year, we have moved with a clear and coherent vision. And we have acted with speed and boldness to implement it. We have taken sweeping steps to reform our policies and open up more to foreign direct investments. This includes new areas like insurance, construction, defense, and railways. We are eliminating unnecessary regulations and simplifying our procedures. We are using digital technology to eliminate multiple approvals and endless wait. We are building a tax regime that is predictable, stable, and competitive, and that will integrate the Indian market. We are scaling up investment in next generation infrastructure, roads, ports, railways, airport, telecom, digital network, and clean energy. Our resources are being allocated with speed and transparency, and we will make sure that land acquisition does not become a barrier to growth or a burden on farmers. We are creating the global skill pool to establish a modern economy with a world-class manufacturing sector. We are reviving our agricultural sector to restore the fortunes of our farmers and boost our growth. Like China, urban renewal is both a necessity and a means to add energy to our economy. Combining traditional strategies with modern economic instruments to eliminate poverty and create security for the poor. We have launched a major schemes on financial inclusion of all, providing funds to the unbanked and ensuring efficient and direct transfer of benefit to the poor. And we are ensuring that Insurance